How's it going, everybody? My name is Liam. Today, I'm doing one of my biggest camping trips of this year. I'm currently 8 hours away from home, and I am the furthest north that I have ever been in Ontario. Out here, so different to what I'm used to, completely new landscape and many things I haven't seen before. Currently, I'm camping in the middle of literal nowhere, in a campground, of course. Very interesting place out here. I'll put up a picture just to kind of show you guys just how far I really am from home. And out here, it's freaking beautiful. So we got a lot planned. We're gonna be doing some really good cooking. We're gonna be doing some canoeing. So there's lots of things to look forward to. For now, we're just gonna continue setting up our campsite. And I've just kind of taken a little detour to show you guys the lake while I do my intro. And then we are camping just up this path. There's no cell service out here, so it's just me and my dad up here for the next 3 days. And I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be awesome. It said it wasn't supposed to rain today, and looks like we're about to get hammered. So we had plans of cooking, and we might have to put those on hold. This is what we're doing. We're gonna cook some dehydrated meals to tie us over because we're both really hungry right now, and we're gonna be cooking them straight in the tent while it's raining. We're gonna hope that it just passes over, and we put everything back in the truck, and we're gonna get settled into this tent for a little bit. I guess I could find the time now to set up my sleep system, and then we're gonna cook this dehydrated meal and see how it's tasting.
Put about a quarter of that in. About a quarter. That should be enough.
So we're gonna be cooking right at the end of the tent, so that way we're still getting some ventilation in here. Whoa,
You okay?
that was a little close. Don't do what I do. Today's meal of choice is a Mountain House rice and chicken. I've had this before, a few videos ago, and it tasted really good, so I'm excited to try it again. And we believe it stopped raining, so we are gonna step back outside in a few minutes, but we're just gonna finish cooking for now, and I think we are boiling.
Okay. Yours probably is gonna need more too. Yeah, use it all, man. Between you and me. There we go. Okay.
Rice and chicken by Mountain House, let's check it out. So before I dig in, I'll give you guys a quick look. So it's rice, chicken, and then some various vegetables. Gonna make sure the bugs don't fly in it. Okay, here we go. We got some rice, we got some chicken. Looks good. I really enjoyed this one the first time I had it, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it even more the second time. So I just finished in the nick of time. Best by September of 2053. Felt like I was in a bit of a rush eating this one, didn't want it to go bad. Works. Wow. Insane. My dad and I were just walking to our trailhead that I'm going to be hiking tomorrow morning. It's a 9 kilometer trail. And there was two paths. One was the trail, and then one we got curious about. So we walked down to probably one of the best views we've seen in a while. This lake is freaking glass. It's beautiful. We caught it right at sunset. Today is the longest day of the year, and the sun's not going to be fully set till almost 10 o'clock. So we're going to really soak up this view tonight. I've never seen a sky blend onto the lake so nicely. I'm able to look at the sky from looking at the lake. That is so amazing. Oh man, those cut really nice. The time is currently 9:30, and doesn't look like the sun's even set yet. It is still very bright outside. So it looks like we're going to be hitting 10 o'clock tonight, and it still most likely will be bright. I do want to stay up a little bit later though. We are so far up north right now that I guarantee you, as long as the sky is clear, we're going to get an amazing starry night. So I do want to stay up and try and get a peek of that. But I am trying to get to bed early tonight because tomorrow morning I plan on waking up very early in the morning so that I can hit this trail. Wow, this is honestly one of the best sunsets I've seen ever. And it's not too dramatic, but those colors are just unreal. And then just the way that they reflect their color off of the water. And it's just a stunning view. This is amazing. Wow, sky completely cleared. You'd have no idea that it absolutely poured earlier. The time is 10:28 and we are just about to hit pitch black. So I can't believe it. Took till 10:30 for it to be fully pitch black outside. The time is 10:40 and in the distance there is still a slight light. I cannot believe this. Night one is under the books in this camping trip. It's been a really fun day. Tomorrow I'm gonna get up at 5:45, do a 9-kilometer hike and film a bit of that, get some good lake views and enjoy our time out here. I gotta get some rest because it's about 11 o'clock. I will see you guys all early in the morning. Good morning. I'm gonna be hiking 9 kilometers or 5.5 miles this morning. Before I do that, we're gonna have a quick little breakfast. We got some strawberry granola here. This thing's really good. I had it for the first time while I was winter camping, and then I've just not been able to look back since. Oh my God, it smells so good. Jeez. Strawberry granola with milk.
How was it?
That's really good. First lake view so far. It's a beautiful lake. One thing I find very interesting about being so far up north is, as of today when I'm filming this, it is June 22nd. And 2 days ago was the first day of summer. We are so far up north that my dad and I were confused driving up here because we saw some trees that hadn't budded yet. Now I can kind of see them, but I believe they're birches of some sort and they haven't budded yet. And it is summer now. So that is how far north we are and how recently it got warm here, because some trees have not actually grown their leaves yet. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me. We got some sand in this lake. I was also reading, there's a little trail guide and I'll pull it out so I can actually get my facts straight. But basically these lakes they're called kettle lakes. And basically kettle lakes are lakes that are full remnants of glaciers. So when all the glaciers during the Ice Age melted, they all melted into these kinds of lakes. So this water here is actually the remnant of ancient glaciers, which is really interesting. And one thing about that and them melting was they carried a lot of sand. So they've deposited all this sand that is literally ocean sand, and they deposited it into these random lakes in the middle of nowhere. So now we get to have white sand beaches-ish on these lakes, which is cool. I'm gonna get back to the trail now. This was a bit of a side trail to get to this lake, but we're gonna get back now because we got a long hike ahead of us. This is a little interesting find. Nothing too crazy, but it's a nice little hut in here. That's super cool. That's a really cool little thing right there. I guess if you really needed to, you could sleep in there. All right, this lake right here is beautiful. There's 2 more nearby we're gonna check out. And then I believe the rest of the trail is exclusively in the forest. So we're gonna check out our last 2 lakes. This lake was stunning though. And let's keep moving. I think I'm about 4K in, so we're doing good. Man, it's nice around here. This is a nice little lake right here. It's a good one. We're gonna keep moving, but beautiful lake, good lake view. These lakes up here, they're totally different than anything I've seen before. So it's amazing. Here's an example of what I was saying about those trees that hadn't budded yet. I'm just about to get to the campsite. I'm exhausted. That was a grueling, nearly 11 kilometers I did, which is about 6.5 miles. And it was insane. The first half of the trail beautiful, lots of nice lakes and cool views. Second half of the trail, things got a bit nasty. It was really dense to the point where I was just kind of walking through the forest, even though it was the trail. And then there was a big point, I didn't film it all because I was just getting bombarded by black flies and it was really overwhelming. I was literally just walking while spraying myself for a good 5 minutes. So, but we're doing all right now, we're good. And we're gonna go relax now and rest these legs after the grueling hike I just did. But I will say it was a very enjoyable hike, and that was one thing I wanted to do while I was up here, so I'm glad I did it. Okay, we just did some canoeing. It was good. We're not too familiar in the canoeing world, so it was a bit of a struggle. So I didn't film anything because I just didn't really feel like super secure on it. I'm not very experienced. I've been canoeing before, but I've gone before with someone that knew what they were doing. So I kind of felt a bit better. But this time around, both me and my dad aren't too familiar. So we did it, but we weren't too comfortable. So I'm gonna just try some fishing off the dock. I was gonna fish off the boat, but I felt like if I lashed onto something, I would have just fallen in. I'm eating the hearty beef stew right now. I'm enjoying it. We're eating to tie us over right now. We are actually doing a 2-nighter trip, and we are going to be going to a different place to go camp another night. So we're going to be packing up, and we're driving an hour south, and we're going to be camping right along a river, and it's going to be really cool. And I'm excited to check that place out. I'm gonna finish eating this. We're gonna pack up this tent, just throw everything in the truck. We're not really gonna be too organized with it. And then we're gonna drive down and then just take it all back out and camp another night. Spot number 1, 2 thumbs up from us. It was pretty awesome out here. We had a lot of fun, and we got to do everything that I wanted to do. I got to do this insane hike, as well as some fishing, a little bit of canoeing. So we got an hour drive down south, and yeah, new record for the furthest north I've ever been in Ontario. So had a lot of fun. Who does this guy think he is?
It's a giant deer fly.
It might be summer now, but when you're so far up north, these trees haven't even budded yet. It's insane. A little bit of downhill driving never hurt. Y'all gotta see this view. So we just made it to the second spot, and we're camping here tonight. This is our view. This river looks amazing. We've kind of already set up all our equipment in a way that we can get it set up really fast. We didn't fully pack it away, so that we can just get right back in, settle down. And there's a really, really amazing waterfall here that we have to go check out. It's one of the must-sees in this area. So we're gonna make a quick stop and check that area out. Yeah, let's get started. What is that? That thing is freaky looking. It looks like it's got giant horns. Freaking weird looking. This is one of the wildest waterfalls I've ever seen, and it 100% is the fastest flowing waterfall I've ever seen. Just look at how fast that water's coming down. This is insane. I didn't know this existed, by the way, until we got here. So this is quite a surprise. This is so freaking cool. Standing right here. This is one of the biggest waterfalls I've ever seen in Ontario. So, and I didn't know this existed, by the way. So this is amazing to see. We're getting the mist on us right now. You can see it in my glasses. I love it. This waterfall is just so intense. Looks good to me. We're making moves. I have got a meal planned for us tonight. We're gonna be doing some open fire tortillas. So we're gonna cook this up really quick. I'm starving, so I don't wanna waste any time. So we're gonna be using this, like an open fire sandwich maker kind of thing. And essentially you put your food in it, you put it on the open fire, and then it cooks. So this is gonna be something, I've never done this before. Brand new to me. We're gonna give it a try. We're gonna spray this down. First thing, we have our tortilla. And then just place them into the tortilla. So we're gonna be trying a couple of different peppers today. Nice. Just throw it all in there. Next up, We got some honey mustard. I didn't choose the condiments, by the way. I would have chose different things, but this is the best I've got. As my father and I are here, he picked the condiment of choice, and it was honey mustard. Using a knife is not the best way to get the sauce out. Then next up, we got our meat. We've got turkey and ham here, so we're just gonna be putting both in. No shame at all. Got some cheese. I'm gonna sprinkle that all throughout here. And finally some lettuce. Finally, I'm gonna try my best to wrap this up really nicely. We really packed this thing. Not a wrapper, that's for sure. Put that right on, just like that. So I did 2 rounds of flipping it, and I can smell it, so I think we're good to go. Moment of truth. Let's see how it looks. Ooh, everything's melted. Not much of a wrap. This might entirely fall apart while I eat it, but oh well. All right, we failed a little bit on the actual wrapping it, but we're gonna lay it out. Let's just see how it looks, and then maybe give it another try with the wrapping. Nice, there we go. That looks super good. And you can get a peek of what's inside. Everything's cooked nicely. Open fire tortilla. I fixed up the pocket a little bit. We're gonna try our best and not eat this too messy, but enjoy it as much as we can. I actually think I got it. All right, we're gonna go for a bite right in the center. Wow. It's impressive. I'm impressed. I like it. I dig it. Wow. I like it. I like it. We're gonna eat this up now. For dessert, after our amazing meal, just got a little chocolate muffin. They're really large, so we cut them in half and then eat them like that.
Nice.
And then I'll just do one right down
One
the middle.
more and that's it. There you go.
Boom. It is now pitch black. Fire's run out. Tent is ready to be slept in like a baby. We had an amazing day exploring that waterfall, canoeing, 11-kilometer hike. Like, oh my God, my dad and I were talking about this. We can't believe how much stuff we did in one day. I'm really tired, so we're gonna get nice and rested up in this tent now. And tomorrow morning, another adventure awaits. Let's get in that tent. Okay, we're in here now. Day 2, night 2 was a success. We'll see you all in the morning. Breakfast this morning, we got craft dinner. Can't go wrong with it. How do I look? It's actually not raining that hard. I can probably take this off. But if it does rain pretty hard, I'm gonna be the most prepared. I've just done one of the weirdest hikes of my life. I'm soaked, I'm sweating, but I couldn't miss this. This is called Hell's Gate. This insane waterfall, just so fast. I had to come down here, rain or shine. My feet are absolutely soaked, but oh well, we'll fix that later. I'm so glad to be out here right now. Let's get a closer look at this. This is insane. Pretty epic out here. Never seen some place quite like this. We're all done this trip. This was one of the coolest trips I've ever done. An awesome 3-day trip. Furthest north I've ever been in Ontario. And things like this just prove how beautiful the world really is. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw today. If you did, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. And of course, always stay in the great outdoors, because you might find something like this. Shout out if you made it to the very end of this video. I have not edited yet, but I have a feeling this is going to be a long one. So shout out if you watched the whole thing. I really appreciate it. We're going to say goodbye to views like this. We'll see you all later.